Let's see. What buttons can we push on here? Buttons, buttons. All right. Um, if anyone is here, let me know and let me know if my sound is working and all that because I pushed a button and it said something like mute or sound off or silence. I don't know, something like that. I'm so tired. Do I have to push this button? Let's see. Ooh, yeah, let's push this button. Hi, Omadel. Is that how you say your name? Sound is okay, not amazing. What should I do? What should I do? Marty told me I should be soldering right now so that Oh, I'm supposed to start 5 minutes later. I was wondering about that. I can't say I'm never late, but I always try to be early. 15 minutes early is my usual thing. It's like, when you do something, get there 15 minutes early. Otherwise, you're considered late. Um, oh my gosh, Roger goes, she started early? Oh, that's what I wanted to do this time. This time, now that I realize that the live chat goes away, I want to actually like read out the comment um, and then answer it so that when other people watch it later on, then they know what I'm talking about. So Omadel's here and he says sound is okay. Marty says you're supposed to start 5 minutes late, not early. Roger says she started early. Omadel says how many miles does it have? The CP just want to see the small rollers like after 5,000 kilometers. Oh my gosh. What's 5,000 kilometers to miles? DR says, thanks for all the Commander Pro videos going back and forth from the CP and the EX30. How can you go back and forth between the CP and the EX30? None of us know what the EX30 is like yet, right? I don't know what the EX30. I have my EX30 on order. I'm expecting it late February, early March, something like that. And I'm still holding out hope for the EX30. I mean, I know everyone says that Extreme Bowl is Bugatti, but it's not. I mean, the Commander was not like the Master, right? So, I mean, it's not exactly. So, I think Bugatti is a little bit better. Um, I was told from Black Cobra's last live stream, they were talking about that they're twins, but maybe one twin has a little bit more of an advantage than the other one. I don't know. So, yes, right now it is between the Commander Pro and the EX30 if you're looking at performance wise. I don't think I drank enough yet for this. Let's drink some more. Omadel says, how much is the difference in torque between the CP and the SS? Cooch Tick. Hi, Cooch Tick. Cooch Tick is laughing at me. Shush. Oh, wait. Your question about how many miles. Oh my gosh. I was going to check it. Now I can't check it because my phone is tied up. I put a lot of miles on this thing. When I got it, it had 100 miles. And I've been riding it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I have 500 miles on it, or a little less than that. Yeah, I've been riding a lot. That's why I'm so tired. Like all big rides, strenuous rides, pushing it, heavy winds. I mean, I am really exhausted. Um, let's see. Roscalan started early. She always sets off at 30 miles an hour. Ask Marty. Okay. What is the difference in torque between the CP and the SS? Here's a difference in torque. And I don't know your definition of torque, right? But here is my take on it. On the ride with Kenzie, then Will Stewart, I got it right. Will Stewart had an SS, and so we he owns that SS, and so we switched back and forth, and him and I both agree. His SS, the Sherman S, um, I'm trying not to say SS because in sensitivity to history. But anyways, the Sherman S, it's like everything on the Sherman S, the build quality is so much nicer and everything. But for performance wise, when riding it, I get on the SS and I go to push, and it's like it just hesitates, and it not hesitate. There is a lag. I have to push harder in order to go. Whereas one of the key things to the CP, the Commander Pro, is that, like, and everyone has said this, you get on it and you just think about accelerating and it goes. And you barely have to lean at all and it goes. It like wants to go, go, go. And then you're going and it keeps wanting to go, keeps wanting to go. The Sherman S doesn't have that. The Sherman S is more reserved, which is why when people are talking about, oh, they couldn't over torque it or they couldn't over lean it or all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, but I think that that's in the programming of the power delivery. The CP lets you just fall right into it and go, and the Sherman S is like reserved. It's like, okay, you want to go? Let's go. But it's like about it. It might have a higher top end high speed, but in the day to day, like, second to second interactions while you're riding, where you're like, vroom, stop, vroom, da, 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 and like doing all this stuff, the Commander Pro is right there for you. And the Sherman S is a much more relaxed, gentler, reserved ride. Now, would I be able to get on the Sherman S, set up the pads and everything just right, and still kick ass? I think so. It's a perfectly capable machine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that with the Commander Pro, none of us had to even think about it or put any effort into it, and it just wants to go. Now, Roger did point something out. Roger was the first one to, well, after Marty, after I got it, Roger was the first one to set it up. And he set it up with a bit of a tilt, lean angle forwards, and that helps with that too. So if you want to mess around with your wheel, if your wheel is a little sluggish and all that, you might want to try setting the tilt with a little bit, a tad tilted forward to give you that extra little lean. But still, so the Commander Pro has that, thanks to Roger, but still, it just wants to go. All right. Oh no, I lost my chat screen. Here it is. Okay. Let's see. Does the Commander Pro, Omadel says, does Commander Pro come with the tire tested or Marty changed it? No, Marty doesn't change tires. Or does he? Sorry, Marty. Do you? No, I don't think he does. No, this is the stock tire, and I think we've all been happy with this tire, right? Roger use this tire. It's more of a street-ish tire. It's not a knobby, and I don't think Roger had any problems with it at all in the Fullerton Loop and all the extreme stuff, extreme climbs and all that. And it was super muddy and all that stuff. And yeah, so yeah, this tire is good, but a real tire, what'd you call it? Like Ron is really into tires. He's like, oh, that tire's shit. So, but all the rest of us are like, yeah, it's a great tire. I don't know. Me, I'm the type that you give me anything and I'll ride anything. So, I'll get used to it. I'll adjust. All that. I'm not that picky. Rusclan, on the Master today, and I love it. Not that I was going very fast. Unfortunately, don't really get the opportunity to ride these new wheels. My other wheel, 16S and the S18. I've never rode those wheels. I may have ridden the S18 briefly in a parking lot once, but I don't know. Roger says Marty doesn't change tires. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Marty doesn't change tires. I think Marty and I have like the same kind of attitude about tires. It's like, we'll ride whatever. James M. Hi, Don. Hi, James M. Roscoeland, want to put a street tire on the Michelin City Extra on my Master. I don't know about that one. I have on him, I have on my Master, my Street Master, I have the Michelin Pilot Street 2, something like that, and I like that tire. Don't know about the City Extra, but if you have any tire questions, ask Ron. Ron knows all about the tires. If you want to know anything about suspension and stuff, I guess ask Roger. Any technical suspension stuff, or I don't know, anything. I think Roger knows everything. So anything, ask Roger. Long distance stuff, ask Marty. And I don't know. Don't ask me anything. I don't know anything. The Pilot was the one before the Extra. I think I remember Ron saying that the City Extra was really good, but I don't quite remember. All right, so I will continue to monitor chat. Serge Tarkovsky, how does the suspension feel for riders of different weights? The suspension seems to feel fine for riders of different weight. I get on the suspension or the wheel, and I like the suspension, although I like my suspension a little bit stiffer. And Marty likes it soft and cushier. And then Josh Morgan is bigger, and he liked it just fine and stuff. So suspension, you get one of these thingies, and you get to adjust. I think first there is a finger knobby thing on top, so you can just adjust it with your fingers, and it does click so that you're able to positively know, 2 clicks on this side, 2 clicks on this side, so you can even them up. And then that is the rebound, I think. And then this one is the nut right under it, and you use this one for it. And this is for the compression, I believe. So yeah, some people are like, yeah, you're not going to carry this around with you on the trail, but the suspension is one of those things that once you get it set up, you don't really need to change it. Flynn Lyon, true. I am a ride purist, and after 300 miles on the Sherman S, still loving it. Would love to do a heads-up comparison. Yeah, me too. Someone give me a Sherman S. I shall compare it. Pure Steve, go George go, just post a video on the EX30, haven't watched it yet but will today. Flying Lion, Michelins are good, thumbs up. Yep, I like the Michelins. Omadel, what is under the quilt? M10? What's under here? It's just me. I don't have anything. This is my snuggle blankie. This is so that I don't know, I feel more secure because I am socially inept and social anxiety. So yeah, this makes me feel like I'm safe. Looks like a plug spanner. Yeah. Oops. I'm all tangled up. Oh, and by the way, I just do these on my phone, and I just realized, I must have known this last time, but I just realized now that I have my microphone attached to the plug on my phone, so I can't run a charge cable to my phone. So we will be limited to my phone's battery life. When my battery runs out of my phone is when the live stream will stop. I had that problem with Cobra's live stream. It like popped up. It was like low battery warning, and I was like, oh my gosh. So in the middle of the live stream, I had to like plug in the phone to not get cut off. Okay, so there seems to be a break in the comments, so let's go ahead and talk about the Commander Pro. I've been riding this for, I want to say about I'll just say 500 miles. And it's been great. I've loved the wheel, but purely off of riding experience, riding performance. It is, some people have said it's the best wheel so far for riding performance-wise, okay? The only thing this wheel has for it is riding performance. So when people are saying that this wheel's great, you know they're talking about performance. They're not talking about anything else about this wheel because everything else on it sucks except for the pedals. The stock pedals on this wheel is great. I don't think that I would have to upgrade it. All my riding and I've been pushing it and all that. No slipping, nothing. It actually has good studs on it. So, I mean, the only reason why I would change it out is for Adam G's custom CNC pedals. If I wanted smaller pedals for like a single track or something like that, or I don't know, just smaller pedals overall. But otherwise, these pedals are good. They're very, very good. So pedals and performance is what this wheel is good at. What it's bad at, let's take a break. We don't have to take a long break. Comfort blanket, Roscaline says, the Master has performance. Yes, and this has performance. That's all it's got for him, which is a good thing because everything else is crap. EUC Vibes! Hey, Don! Hey, EUC Vibes! Thanks for joining. All right, so what sucks on it? The headlight sucks so bad. You can't ride with the and count on the headlight. You're going to need a flashlight or something else, which most of us use anyways, but still, it's not like my Sherman Max where the headlight is this, unit that you can just pop off, grab the aftermarket on, pop that one on, plug it in, and it works, and you got a great light. And the Sherman Max and Sherman, or OG Sherman, came with a headlight that is very usable, very good already, but you can upgrade it. This one is going to be hard to upgrade because it's all like, it's individual little thingies that are like in there and then hardwired. So you're going to have to be a little more good at modifying stuff to be able to change out that headlight. And then, I don't know, finding something that fits there. I don't know. Okay, I'll come back to comments in a bit. The display sucks. It's the same display as the RS, and that sucks. And in my last video with the rider's first impressions, you see that Roger puts the sunglasses on the display and then it's fine. So it just needs some kind of filter. What's it, like polarized or something? And I don't know, just some kind of filter film, and then it would work fine if you wanted to use that display. It works fine at night, you can see, but otherwise that display is the tiniest display of all the wheels, and it's junk right out of the box, and yeah, it sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Sharp edges. The handle and the trolley handle, the front part of it is like molded all nice and smooth and comfortable, but then the back part of it is like unfinished. It's sharp and it hurts. So when I'm lifting it to do my spin test to check for my helmet beeps at the beginning of each ride, it hurts for me to lift and hold 95 pounds while it's at full spin and doing this with it, and it hurts my fingers to hold this and stuff. And if you're using the trolley handle a long time and twisting your arm, turning it and stuff, those sharp edges are like not fun at all. It's like so dumb, it hurts. The mud guards suck. Marty wasn't even able to put on the outer mud guard, and so he put on his own little mud guard, which I liked, but Josh Morgan made fun of it on his first impression talk. I think Marty's idea is brilliant, and it's I don't know, it's fine. Oops, and it's been great, but yeah, just that you're not able to use the mud guard that they supplied because you can't. I think, what was his problem? I think the problem is that you have to screw in the mudguard into these screw holes here on the sides, in the front and the back. And Marty said it was something like it's only halfway tapped. So you screw it in halfway, da, 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 and then it just stops and it won't screw in any further or something. It's like so dumb. So anyways, yeah, Marty had to just do his own leather mudguard with the Velcro, and that's been working great. The inner mud guard is even more retarded. I don't know. Am I yelling? Why am I yelling? No, I'm getting really worked up here. The inner mud guard is it's not the metal anymore, like the Masters. Or I can't even say anymore because they are technically different companies, right? But it's not a metal one. It's a thickish rubber piece. And the dumb thing about it is that in Marty's video, it shows it really well. When Marty's video about putting together the Commander Pro, something like that. So it has this really thin, skinny, floppy plastic channels for the wires, right? And then on top of that, the inner mudguard just sits right on top of it. It doesn't snap, it doesn't click, it doesn't secure on, and it just sits on there on either side. And then they put two of the teeniest, tiniest zip ties, two of them wrapped around to secure it. And one of those zip ties just snapped sometime during, I don't know, whenever. So right now, this inner mudguard, I know you can't see, but this inner mudguard here is sitting all wonky. It's like sitting like this because one side is out and I'm not able to fix it because I can't go into this tiny hole and do it like that to secure a zip tie. I would have to take that whole side panel off to do it, and I don't feel like it. And it's been fine, just sitting on there all wonky right now, but that's dumb. Waterproofing, there is none. No waterproofing. Do not ride this thing in water. There's no gaskets, there's nothing, and Marty covered that in his thingy too. The tail light, Marty covered that. The tail light, there's no relief thing, so it's just like straight wired, and then, and then the solder's real weak. So when you take off, you have to take off that rear handle, and then the tail light is attached to that, and the wire is just straight, and it's taut. And so once you take that off and it dangles, and the solder's weak, and it just falls right off. And I mean, there's so it has the potential of always coming apart every time you have to access the main board. Um, and you're like, we should have never have to access the main board. Wires are falling off the main board. So yeah. And then across the whole top of it is like, it is held together with the teeniest, tiniest little screws that are Phillip heads. So they're stripping, and they're teeny, and there's a bunch of them, and they're already rusting. There's like rusty screws down there already, and I don't think we've even taken this in water. It hasn't even been around water, so I don't even know why it's rusting. Although I have heard reports that some people's Sherman S's screws are rusting too, so that's just cheap stuff. Anyways, I just remembered something. Oh my gosh, but it's not for here. Okay, all right, let's take a break. Let's go to chat. Ross Glenn, I didn't like the way they have done the suspension. It reminds me of the S22 and may get clogged up. Granted, we haven't tested it too much, but Roger did take it in through the mud, like lots of heavy mud at Fullerton Loop, and it didn't clog up. We all have the same thoughts about the suspension clogging up or the suspension down there getting damaged because it's all down there and all that stuff, but it seems to be protected by the battery packs. Any mud and stuff that gets on it seems to fall off. The rollers, I am concerned about the rollers. I know with the S22, there's been a lot of roller issues and rollers breaking and stuff like that. So we haven't tested or checked, and I don't think we've had the wheel long enough to really, check for that yet. But I don't know. Yeah, I do worry about rollers. Little nylon rollers, plastic nylon rollers. Anyways, yeah, it does have that. But so far, it hasn't had any issues. Dust and stuff just, or dirt and mud just seems to fall right off of it and it's not getting damaged. So that hasn't been a concern that has popped up in testing. Christian Stevens, how much of the motorcycle experience can you relate to ECs? I'm noticing track days, Ducati Monster 1000 DS is paying big dividends. I don't know. At the beginning, there's been times where my motorcycle experience has almost been a downfall because I hit a turn and I go to throw my knee on the ground and then I realize that I'm on a one wheel EUC device where I don't have my knee sliders and I don't do that. So, but I think you do see in how I do throw my body off of the wheel to take turns and I do throw my knee out. So I have made adjustments. I think it's for me, it's more of my attitude and my style and my whole lifestyle of speed doesn't scare me. I like the speed. I like adventure. I like testing new things and all that. And that, well, I guess that was me before motorcycling, but it fit really well with motorcycling, and then it fits really well with EUCs as well. And that I like to push limits, and I'm good at that. And so that, you know, fits in very nicely with the EUCs as well. And then the motorcycle experience is more about how to fall, because I've done a lot of falling and crashing, how to fall, what kind of gear, what kind of things to think about for emergency stuff. And, you know, all of that experience rolls right into my EUC life. Omadel says, do you talk directly to Bugatti Extreme Bowl about their wheels? No. I mean, I talked to Millie, but I think I talked to Millie and Lucas, but that was about my EX30, not about the testing. I don't know anybody at Extreme Bowl. I know Millie and Lucas from Bugatti, and I spent about an hour and a half talking to Bob at InMotion. So after I did all my InMotion testing, Bob contacted me and wanted to have a really in-depth talk about the V13 and their InMotion wheels and how to move forward in the future and what they should, you know, strive for and stuff. And I told them that they need a long-range wheel and all that good stuff. I gave them all the bugs and problems that I found with the V13 and our thoughts for how they should be moving forward, and then directed him over to talk more with Marty about long-range wheels. So hopefully we'll see a long-range wheel coming from InMotion. But yeah, I don't know anybody from Extreme Bull. Let's see. Roscalin, I put a 20-liter backpack rain cover on the Master. If I'm caught out in the weather, haven't had to use it yet. Yeah, where's my, Marty recommended a backpack cover, and I have one. And yeah, the backpack covers work great. Fits over, the medium size of the one that we got fits over the top. But of course, you have to think about the water that you're running through, the puddles all going up from the wheel well as well. But from at least the cover does protect the top and the motherboard. So the water coming from the top down. Oh my gosh, maybe I drank a little too much. Okay. Surge, tried to spot where the speakers are and still no idea. Could you show? The speakers are on either side of the headlight. So it's inside and there are no holes out here for the sound to come out. But I don't know, maybe the sound's coming out through these little tiny holes up front here. But the sound is coming out. The sound volume is pretty good at low speeds. And I was trying to think, can I do it now? But I'm using my phone to do this live, so I can't do it now. But the sound is just crap because it's like tinny and there's like no bass, which is kind of typical. But the volume is good. You can hear it at low speeds. And yeah, it's one right here, one right here. which is an improvement because the commanders had the speakers pointed out the back of it. So the only people that could hear it was the people riding behind you. But now the speakers are, it actually feels like the sound's coming up from here. So it's good. Cameron Massey would be a great wheel if all those build and design quirks and general lack of quality was fixed. Yes, absolutely. Ross Glenn, speed doesn't scare you. No, really? Oh, speed scares me. It's just fear doesn't stop me, I guess. Fear of crashing and stuff doesn't seem to faze me as much as the curiosity of what if, what happens, you know, can I push a little harder? Finding that ragged edge. But the fastest I've gone is 167 miles an hour on my R1. Never gone any faster than that. I try to think if I went faster than that on my Grand Am. But I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But on the motorcycle, 167 miles an hour. Roger's gone faster. He went in 180 some. And at 167, I hit my personal limit. I was like, I'm good, because I held it for, I think, a good 5 or 10 count. And the whole time I was counting down, I was very aware that if I crashed at those speeds, I probably would just turn to mush immediately. So I was concerned and worried at those speeds on the motorcycle. Roger says, I have faith in the roller guides on the Commander Pro. They aren't structural like the ones on the S22. If they fail, it wouldn't be a big deal anyways. Yes, that's the thing. It's not structural like the S22. I forgot. Thank you, Roger. Roger again, the bearings would be easy to change. Good enough. Ross Glenn, I think the roller guides are structural because you're standing on the battery packs, which is not usual. Marty says the rollers on the CP serve a totally different purpose than the slider rollers on the S22. You can't compare them, in my opinion. EUC Vibes. If you know someone from Bugatti, then you know someone from Extreme Bowl. They came up with the name Extreme Bowl because it's Extreme Bowl, that not a Bugatti shell company. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just a feel. I still feel that they're different. I don't know. It's a feeling. Chris, I thought you were going to be practicing soldering. Yes. But I don't have my solder equipment here right now. GTR, do you still play the kalimba? Yes, I still do. I love my kalimbas. Thank you for asking. The Braun Sear, is the C38 motor usually waterproof? I don't know. All right, someone else is going to have to answer that for him. Roscalan, my top speed was 145 miles an hour in a car some years ago. Okay, so we're all caught up on chat. We have 45 people in here. Yay, thanks for joining. Hi, everyone. All right, so now I'm going to talk about some of the things that I haven't spoken about yet in any of my videos. Or maybe I kind of did, but I'm going to go more in depth. These are the weird and big issues with the CP. First off, in my range test, towards the end, you see me trying to get to the low battery tilt back. I was told that 96 volts is where my tilt back should be, and I was trying to get it to go there. I wanted to see how it would act when just like with my InMotion range test, right? I got it down to 5%, and then I found out at 5% battery, it had the extreme tilt back, and I was able to record the extreme tilt back, and then, you know, it was saying like, I don't remember what she was saying. The wheel was yelling things at me and stuff like that, and I liked being able to document all that behavior so that you know what will happen when you get down to low battery. When will it cut off on you? So that's what I was aiming for when I did the low battery test on this one, and I never got it. It was so bad. So It went to 96 volts, 95 volts, 94 volts, 93 volts, and nothing. It's not only did I not get tilt back, but it didn't like limit my speed or nothing. There were no safety things installed in it at all whatsoever, other than the PWM. The PWM still beeped at me to tell me that, all that. So that was the only limiting factor that I had, but that had, well, I guess it is related to battery as well, but not enough, right? So I got to the point where it was 83 volts. And I'm not proud of that, but I didn't know. And also, I wasn't sure if I was like, well, maybe it's just that Darkness Spot isn't reporting the voltage properly. So then I checked the Bogoti app, but the Bogoti app was pretty much matching what Darkness Spot was saying. So then I was like, well, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that. And I'm second guessing myself and stuff. So but then I finally asked people that know, and Roger was like, stop, get off the wheel. So I stopped, got off the wheel. And then it turned out that the BMS, we had BMS beeping, and that was bad, and it wouldn't take a charge anymore. So took it down to Roger emergency, and he had to take off the top, get to the motherboard, and then charge it directly. It didn't. It was 83 volts under load is what I did, and about 92 volts without load. So it wasn't too bad, but it was bad. But I don't know. You tell me to test something and push it till tilt back. I'm gonna test it and tilt back. The tilt back never came. So the good thing about it is it never cut out on me. It was like fine. So it has like a big safety margin, I guess. But the bad thing is it needs to have that programmed in. So Marty is thinking that maybe it's because this used to be a 100-volt wheel and they didn't change the programming for it, or they missed the low battery tilt back and they didn't adjust that. So that's why that didn't happen. But it's a good thing that we caught it, because we report these things over to Jason at eWheels. He goes and talks to Extreme Bull, and then they will fix it before production, hopefully. So that's what testing is for, right? So that's a good thing. But how Roger fixed it. So Roger, can you make a video talking about how you fixed it, and so everyone will know? And yeah, he'll have to tell you. But it was a very easy fix, and it was all good, and the wheel's fine, and all that. So thank you, Roger. Roger saves the day. Again, he's always saving the day. But here's the other thing. When Roger was fixing it, the main charge wire that he was plugging into and stuff just fell off. It just like popped right off of the motherboard, main board, control board, whatever you want to call it. Because it was just cold soldered on, and it was like flimsy, and it just popped. Oh. So Roger had to solder that back on. So bad. Like, when we talk about the bad quality of this, well, yeah, we're talking about every Bogoti wheel. When you get it, check every single screw on it. There can be like majorly important screws that are just like dangling, or they don't have any Loctite on it. So after a ride or two, it's gotten loose and you tighten it again. And, we talk about bad quality like that, but no, it's even worse than that. It's main wires just popping off of the main board. I mean, that's like so bad. So it kind of makes you hesitate if you're not handy, or you don't have access to super handy people like Roger and others and all that who can do these fixes. Then a Bogoti wheel might not be the best thing. You want to get something more reliable and quality, like a Sherman, veteran Sherman, and InMotion. So that's the thing. When we talk about bad quality, sometimes it is safety related and a big deal. All right. So that was the low voltage or the lack of low voltage and lack of overdraw protection on the CP. And they definitely need to fix that before production. I'm over here. Okay, take a break again. Let's see. Bum, bum. Oh my gosh, lots of people are talking. Okay. EUC vibes, are you gearing up for a future EUC race? No, I don't like racing. I had my motorcycle racing days. I am done with racing. I am now relaxed and chill. Geisha, is it possible to make up for Bugatti's design quirks and QC issues by working on your wheel? Yes. And that's the thing. People that love Bugatti are usually people that are handy with soldering, with wrenching. I am quasi comfortable with that because I had 8 motorcycles. I had to wrench on my own wheels. So I'm fine with that, you know, doing mods and fixing things and stuff and, you know, spending the extra money to make things better. That's all part of racing life. So yeah, that's not a big deal. But there are plenty of people out there that want to just buy a thing, have it be perfect, and never have to worry about touching a wrench to have it be good. You know, they're like, I paid so much money for it, it should just work right out of the box. If you're like that, don't get a Bugatti or Extreme Bull Wheel. Roger EUC says, yes, the C38 is waterproof. Braun says, thanks, Roger. Good to know. EUC vibes. Happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday, everyone. We have 47 people here in chat. Cameron Massey, happy Monday to everyone. Stan, Don, hi, Stan. Cameron, why did it come out as a wagon wheel? Oh, I don't know. What is that? Oh, she's talking about the little smiley icon thingy in chat. Chris, Bugatti doesn't care about safety. It sure doesn't seem like it, huh? Or, I don't know. They're like, the Americans will figure it out. E. Simon, according to Free Motion website, Extreme Bull is a subsidiary of Bugatti. Yeah, we were talking about that on Black Cobra's live stream. You know, they're twin brothers or something, and I don't know. I try to stay away from all that. I was like, I just want to ride. Omedel, do you know they changed the charging ports? I do not know, but thank you for bringing up the charging ports. So apparently, Marty talked about this in his video. This used to be a 100-volt wheel, right? The Commander. And then with the Commander Pro, they just like took the Commander and then just it's like, oh, look, 134 volts Commander Pro. But they forgot to change the charge ports, so it still has the charge port thingies for 100-volt wheel. So then their idea of a fix is to send you a dongle to go from. So they sent a 134-volt charger, but that comes with a 134-volt plug. Then they sent a separate dongle to plug into that to fit the 100-volt charge ports on the wheel itself. They need to. I don't know. I can't even with them. All right. So yes, I don't know if they are changing it, but they should. Absolutely. Stan, are you getting a God mod? Stan, I have the God mod in the trunk of my car. I would need someone like Roger to help me put it on one of my wheels. I'm waiting for Roger to do his test because he has the God mod on one of his masters. And I'm waiting for him to do tests and stuff to let me know if I should bother putting the God mod on my wheel. I understand the theory behind the God mod, and I am not convinced yet, theory-wise, but yeah, I do have it. Just need to figure out when I can get to installing it onto a wheel. E. Simon, happy Tuesday. This is the internet, not America. Don't be difficult, Simon. What? Are you saying America's not the center of the world? Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. In case I wasn't clear, I do know. Okay, never mind. All right. Mark Richard Davies, have you reported the low battery safety issue to Extreme Bull? Yes, absolutely. So I report all my findings to Marty, and then Marty is connected to everybody. And yeah, I defer to Marty for all of that. I'm just here to ride. You tell me to push something, you tell me to test something, I will do that, and then I leave everything else to the experts. Chris says, Roger's the man, always helping out. Yes, Roger's the man. LSSI, any news about firmware update? I'm talking about tilt back on low battery. I don't know yet. Marty would be in contact with them, and we are pushing for that firmware, so it will be taken care of. It has to be. EUC Vibe says, yep, sounds like Bugatti. Roscaline, I don't run my wheels below 3 volts per cell. Smart. EUC Vibes, thanks for testing the wheels for us. Okay, so I guess I'm very like single-minded. You tell me something, I'm not going to really question it. Like, okay, like that video when Marty was like, Dawn, ride up that thing. And I'm like, I don't have the experience. I don't have the skills for it. I'm not even good on dirt. Does any of that stop me? No. Marty said, go ride up that. I'm like, okay. So I go right up on that. If you see the video, I go up and I just boom on my face. Does it bug me? No. I get off. I dust off all the mud and dirt. And then I'm like, all right, what else you want me to do? I don't know. I just... He says that, and then it's not that I blindly do it. It's just that he says, go right up that. And I'm like, huh, yeah, I wonder what would happen if I did that. Now I know. So, you know, you tell me to test a wheel and all that. I was like, okay, sure. You know, do I, inside, do I have little doubts? Is this really the smartest thing to do? And then the other side of me goes, let's find out. Roger says, I fixed it with the BMS bypass. Roger's very good at BMS bypasses. Bugatti crash test dummy. Talk to Jason today. The Master Pro V2 with all the upgrades are only about a week from port. Yay. EUC vibes. Roger. Roger EUC, the mainboard power lead was cold soldered from the factory. And just pops right off. Lovely. Stan, they're charging too much for corrections. Absolutely. It is robbery. It really is. Like, I love the way this wheel rides, but then I think $4,000 and all of this crap on it, that is almost insulting. Like, can you tell? I am like insulted right now. When we were talking about InMotion, the V13, and how much that cost, at least that V13 could back it up. You know, it is a beautiful wheel. It has to be the most beautiful wheel out there. It had the quality behind it. Everything, I mean, it had its bugs, but it exudes quality and it backed up that price. So I could sit here and go, yeah, you know, the V13 is great. It's just that it's expensive, and if the price could come down a bit. But bottom line, I couldn't say that it wasn't worth it. And I couldn't say that they weren't backing it up. But this, I can say that. They are absolutely not giving you the quality. For asking for that price is an insult, really. And it kind of pisses me off. For them to ask $4,000 for this, and then the V13 was $4,100 if you bought it with the early price, and then afterwards it was $4,500. If you look at that, the V13 gives you so much more for that extra $500. That makes it worth it. This is nowhere near it. So that is a huge, huge, huge complaint. is a price. Like, I'm sorry, Extreme Bowl, you've got to do way better if you think that you can charge so much for a wheel. I don't care how much or how how well it rides. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of thirsty. I want to drink some more, but I think I'm like having issues right now. Okay. Road trip. That's something I don't want to deal with. Absolutely. Plenty of people don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with it. But lucky for me, I have access to people and friends that can help me with that. So, electric use, electric, Marty, it's Marty. Not the charge port. Worse, the battery input into the control board would have cut out if it fell off during a ride. Yeah, like you go over a bump or whatever, and that thing just pops off. You know, the what yeah. I mean, that is a safety issue. Roskalan, I have built a charge monitor for the master because the control board is not active during the charging, and you don't know what's going on. Very cool. You know, you can just turn on your wheel, right? While it's charging. So while it's charging, just turn on your wheel and monitor it through DarknessBot or the Bigodi app, and then you can see what's going on. I think that's the way it is for every wheel, isn't it? I don't know. All my wheels I could do that with. EUC vibes, cold soldered. I didn't even know that was a thing. What, they use ice cubes at Extreme Bowl to attach wires now? Disgraceful. I know. I mean, I don't even solder. And I think that I could have done a better job with the soldering just because I don't solder, but at least I would have tugged on it to make sure that it didn't pop right off. And the first tug, it pops off, then I knew that, you know, I did a crap job. All right. Dropping says, still riding my Sherman 2nd gen container fire. All good. Yeah, I mean, we do complain a lot about these wheels and stuff, but, you know, they are good wheels. EC Vibe says, Sherman is legend. Yes. I love my Sherman Max, and he's been solid and stable and reliable. And right now, it's my hunt for a wheel that is good enough, a suspension wheel that is good enough to replace my Sherman Max. And that is a tall order. That isn't as easy as it looks to find someone that can replace my Sherman Max. Sherman Max is great. Roger, EUC vibes. Cold soldered mean only one side of the connection was liquid, didn't form a real connection. Roger, with all the technical knowledge again. The Brahms Seer, does the CP use the speakers to beep or does it have a separate beeper? It has a separate beeper. The Bluetooth speaker, you connect Bluetooth-wise from your phone. So it's not the app and all that, right? You actually go to your phone's Bluetooth settings and choose, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called Extreme Bowl something. And you choose that to connect to the Bluetooth speaker. And then every time you turn this on, it'll connect to your phone and you can run music off of it. Totally separate from beeper. The beeper is this round little black thing. I think I can see it or feel it. It's under, oh, never mind. It's under there somewhere, but yeah, they're separate. EUC vibes. Oh my God, no racing. This is like when Jordan left the NBA in his prime. Watch out if Don comes back with the 45 one day. Marty, drop the E for Bigodi? What? It's not Bigodi? You want me to say Bigode? I don't know. Now I'm used to saying Bigodi. I will think about it, Marty. Roskalan, a 3D printer is a godsend if you have an EUC, especially Bigode. Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, I do have a 3D printer. I bought a used 3D printer when I got into ECs, but I don't know how to use it. I need lessons. But so far, I've been relying on super nice people like Melody that will print things for me. Yay, thank you, Melody. EUC vibes. Thanks, Roger. Omni Wheel. What's a range you get with the CP Pro? Okay, I don't go slow. I tried. Oh wait, I went slow. No, I didn't go slow yesterday. I was gonna say I go slow on group rides, but then no, I was zooming around all over the place yesterday. Um, so yeah, I don't go slow. So, but I can get a solid 60 miles on the Commander Pro. Um, the Commander Pro Extreme Bowl. Marty went over this. Is this annoying? Me like flipping this around. Um, Marty says that Extreme Bowl has a way of being very efficient with managing battery life. And he discovered that with the original Commander. And he feels that that characteristic trait has come into the Commander Pro as well. So even though Commander Pro, my Sherman Max, has the same 3600 watt hour battery capacity, the Commander Pro gets more range than my Sherman Max. And we did discover that on one of our group rides. I tend to get a surprisingly good range on all of my wheels, better than the other riders around me. But in that ride, even though Marty didn't even start off on full battery, this Commander Pro got better range than my Sherman Max. Let's see. Someone said that they got 75 miles on their Commander Pro, and I'm getting 60 miles hard, fast miles on my on my Commander Pro. So I think you can safely expect 60, 75 miles, and then even more if you're on up mountain rides with a lot of regen. Chris Torina, I'll never get rid of my OG Sherman as long as there's replacement parts sold. I'm keeping it. I wish I could be like that, but I have 6 wheels now. How many wheels do I have? I don't know, 6 or 7, something like that. And I need, and my EX30 is coming, and I need the space. Let's see. Road Trip says, "Oh my God, it's getting worse and worse." What are you talking about? The issues with the Commander Pro? Oh wait, I have not covered all the issues yet. I still have 1 or 2 more issues of the Commander Pro, but we're going we're going through the chat right now. Roger EUC, the Commander Pro was developed as a 100-volt wheel. They were pressured to bringing it up to 134 volt by vendors that actually wanted to sell units. Cameron Massey, wow, so it's really looking like the EX30 is the wheel to beat if it delivers. Yeah, I have high hopes for that EX30. Ross Glenn, they should change the charge connectors to GX20-4s. EC Vibes. E. Simon, it's Monday. Just because you live in some futuristic location doesn't mean we have to comply to your time sorcery. Get with the program today. Is yesterday for you. Chris Torina, every time I see Wheelie Brady, I gotta yell, God mod! Roscalan, 0 degrees longitude Greenwich, London, center of the world. It's official. GTR 886, if Roger approves God mod, then I will get one. That's where I stand too. If Roger approves it, I shall install it on mine, or ask him if he'll help me install it on mine. Road Trip, InMotion is the only company that takes rider safety seriously. Yeah, when I spoke with Bob, we spoke for like an hour and a half. I did good very wow. Oh, sorry guys. I did get very good vibes from him. He sounded very sincere, and sorry Josh Morgan. But he did sound sincere, and I did get the feeling that they were okay. So this is what was sad. InMotion only comes out with a new wheel every 18 months or something like that, right? But when they make a wheel, like the V13 is unlike the others, right? It is a standalone great wheel. It's not like Begode. Look at you, Marty, changing how I am. It's not like Begode, where they take a wheel, and then they just do different iterations of that same wheel. Oh, and so they take that one wheel, and then every month they come out with a different iteration of all of the same wheel, right? So they come out with pop out just all these little babies like gremlins. Um, so it's opposite. And Bob was saying that, maybe we should be more like Begode, and pop out more wheels and not do so much quality and safety because it works for Begode. And, they're probably making more money because selling more wheels and all that. But it would be very sad to me if InMotion decided to be more like Begode. I do, they feel like they put so much quality and quality control into their V13, and the public didn't appreciate it because it lacked the range, and it lacked and the price was so high. So many people were complaining about the price. So then they felt like they did so much into the design and all that, and it wasn't appreciated. So then they kind of feel discouraged and feel like, well, maybe we should just be more like Begode. And that to me is sad because although I am tolerant of Begode quality, I think it would be sad to lose InMotion and their quality. So I don't want to see that happen, honestly. Omadel says, did you saw the prices for God Mod? I heard of the prices for God Mod, and yeah, it is expensive. EUC Vibes, keeping it 100%. I try. Okay, so a lot of people I know have said something like, I like your honesty and you're real and all that. Please don't be like other reviewers. I don't really know what they're talking about because I don't know other reviewers and stuff, and I keep away from politics and drama. But one thing you can always count on me is that I'll keep it real. Because that's how I am. I have nothing to gain or lose. I'm not making any money off of any of this. I'm working off an iPhone. This is how I'm doing my iPhone and some flashlights. Some professional studio lighting here. Ooh, look, professional studio lighting. Yeah, I am. Oh, how do I turn this off now? I got myself stuck. So yeah, I'm just here to ride. George Bervin, remember to hit the thumbs up. Yes, please. Thumbs up me. I don't know how this works, but apparently thumbs up is good. Live chat, we got 51 people in here. Yay. Stan, Don, have you ever thought of opening a EUC shop? You're very charismatic. You should sell a boatload. I thought that said you should sell a boat. And I'm like, why would I sell boats? Oh, charismatic. Thank you so much. I don't think I've ever been called charismatic before. Would I open an EUC shop? I don't know. I am not good with people. I would be riding all day. It would be good in that any new wheels that come in, I could like test them and stuff like that. But I could help teach people how to ride. I could do that. But no, I'm not good with people. But yeah, I don't know. It's I'm open. I am looking for a job. Oh, that's a little private. Okay, but anyways, moving on. Let's talk wheels. Roskelen, Kingsong Wheels control board is active during charging, so you can monitor with an app. You have to switch the wheel on and off so it doesn't slowly run down if you were just to stop charging. Omadel, just bought some FP Elite insoles. They feel very hard, expected to be squishy like D30. Omadel, they were hard. That is why I have the FP insoles on the bottom, and then I put squishy, nice, comfy, cushy, soft ones on top. So I have double insoled my boots, which is probably dumb, but I mean, it was totally working for me. Marty, with InMotion, Kingsong, and Veteran, when the wheel's charging, it's on, so you can connect it with your app. Road trip, nope, not annoying. Thank you. I'm assuming you're talking about my twirly, because I am like weird in the head. And I need to, what's it called? Fiddle diddle. What is this called when you, uh, oh, you know what I'm talking about. Those things, fidget spinners. So this is now my fidget spinner. Um, choose the Rightify. Looking forward to comparing the mileage against my Sherman Max. Yeah, let me know how that goes because this was getting better than my Sherman Max. I mean, I was doing zoomies and Marty doesn't, but still. Usually I can do on my zoomies on my Sherman Max and still have better range than other people on their Shermans and the Maxes. EC vibes. Does the rim seem strong on the Commander Pro? Also, does the suspension lose pressure over time? Like, do you have to repump it often? The suspension is not air, so you don't pump it. I think it's hydraulic. There is no pump it up, pump it up. That just popped into my head. There's no pump. Let's see. And the rim. I don't know. The rim seems strong. I don't know. Rim seems fine. I did dent my master rim, but I think that was from my cutout crash. So I don't think I can fault that. But otherwise, I haven't dented any rims. Who's the range king? Marty. That's uncontested fact, right? What are we talking about? Are we talking about a wheel? Which wheel has the best range? Master Pro, right? That's our biggest battery wheel we have. Stan, I don't want to pump my suspension either. Yeah, there's no pump, right? Am I wrong? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, my Master Pro, I pump too often. Sounds like a personal issue. Stan, it's crazy we complain about emotion more than Begode. No, I'm complaining a lot about, okay, when people asked, what are the things that you think could be improved on the V13? And I'm like, the price could be a little lower and it could have more range. When you ask that same question of the Sherman S, and I think they have some issues with the way that the suspension is connected in the center of the wheel. That design, possibly, some people are having issues. I have heard reports of rusty screws, which this one also has. And maybe some other issues going on with the Sherman S, right? But with this one, the issues, headlight, display, sharp edges, inner mud guard, outer mud guard, wires falling off of the main board, no waterproofing whatsoever, no low battery overdraw protection or low battery tilt back. The tail light just pops right off when you try to access the main board. These holes are only halfway tapped, not fully tapped, and the design of it is like, what are they even thinking? What was supposed to go here that is missing from there? The charge ports are for a 100-volt wheel, not a 134-volt wheel. It has this weird shaking issue, which I haven't even gotten to yet. But that is all the complaints about this wheel, all the things that they need to address. And so yeah, I am plenty complaining about Begode. Or Extreme Bowl. Should we make that distinction? I don't know. Roskelen, companies have to be true to their philosophies. Yes, Coke tried to change their formula many years ago because Pepsi was outperforming them in a taste test. Big mistake. The big mistake was when they stopped... Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, never mind. Chris Torina, if InMotion let their standards slack, that would be a step backwards for the EUC community. We're trying to get manufacturers up to InMotion standards. Imagine a really safe, well-built Begode wheel. Yes, absolutely 100%. Roskelen, thanks, Marty. These small differences between manufacturers can catch you out. EUC Vibes, oh, that's a plus, no pump. Correct. EUC Vibes, Master Rim is made out of aluminum foil. Roger, the Commander Pro has exact same rim as the Master and the RS. Can always count on Roger to present the facts. Spartacus, laughing at EUC Vibes. EUC Vibes, no bueno, Roger. Nah. Marty, Don, are you going to be irresponsible again and do more high speed riding next to pedestrians? Okay, here's the thing, Marty. I was yesterday on the group ride, I was zooming so fast on this thing. This wheel just loves to go fast. And so we're on the group ride. All of us are fast. And I'm just like, vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm racing cars, I'm racing motorcycles. I wanted to race this scooter, but then Roger told me that it's not really a source of pride to beat up on a scooter. So, but anyways, and then Roger was the voice of reason, as he usually is, and said that it might not be a good idea to push this one to its upper topmost limits like I did with the V13. With the V13, I felt very safe. That thing is made with quality and it is made with safety in mind, and I felt safe on that wheel. I love zooming on this wheel. Do I feel safe on it? Not particularly. I'll do it anyways, but there is in the back of my mind the main power lead just popped off of the motherboard with a simple little, you know? So do I really want to be hurling myself at the absolute topmost speed on this thing? Not yet. Not until we have checked all the wires and maybe some firmware and maybe some other things, and then I will feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. But in the meantime, I was and I was oh well, okay, what has been my top speed on this? I think I actually showed it on the Kenzie Mount Baldy ride. It said 49 miles an hour GPS speed, which comes out to be about, I think it came out to be about 54 miles an hour display wheel speed. So can it go and that was not on a full battery. And let's see, it wasn't a full battery at that time. In fact, I was towards the end of the ride, so it wasn't at full battery by a long shot. And it was my first helmet beep, which would be 80% PWM. So it has a lot more to go. Do I want to push it past 80% PWM at this time? No, because of how much I know of the bad quality. And this is a pre-production demo unit that has already proven to be unreliable and downright have downright safety issues with it. So I am not comfortable pushing past in that 80 to 95% upper topmost limit of this wheel at this time. I hope that's okay. I am showing a little bit of wise choice making. Let's see. Stan, wow, you just scared me off of the CP. I'm just keeping it real. If I had, okay, so I'm looking for a long range suspension wheel to replace my Max, right? If I had to choose one now, I'd probably get this because it's such a joy to ride. And because I have access to people like Roger and other people in the community that can help me with it and help me make this be a safe wheel, I'm hoping. So I would, but that 4,000, no, I'm mad about that. No, I'm not paying $4,000 for shit quality. They have to fix that before I will spend that kind of money on that. I'm taking a stand on that. But I don't know. Then I remember how fun the ride is. Okay, I'm torn. But anyways, Flying Lion. So many issues, Dawn. Hard to think about buying that garbage heap of issues. That's what I'm saying. They cannot charge $4,000 for this. If they fixed everything on this, would I pay $4,000 for this? That's still hard. I mean, he's still ugly. It's not even like the, oh, with the V13, you see on my Instagram how many glamour shots I have of it. It's like you get the sense of a pride of owning a V13. It's like you can be proud of that beautiful, gorgeous wheel, right? With this, it's kind of like, it looks like crap, but you want to race? Try talking shit to me after we race, you know, and then I'll show you what's what. But looking at it, yeah, you got to admit it's, yeah. Um, E. Simon, wires falling off the Momo gets it a hard pass from me. If they fix it, if they get better, you know, yeah. But yeah, that I'm not happy about that at all. EC Vibes, it's not a source of pride to beat up on a scooter. Stan, why doesn't Bagone manufacture limited production perfect wheels for those that would pay the price and leave the mass-produced wheel for the budget concerned? Oh, Stan, that's kind of like elitism. Right? I don't know. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird to me. They should just make proper wheels for everyone. The Bromseer says, although the CP is not waterproof, is it easy to tape around the seam or on the outer case of the motherboard or is not that simple? Yeah, you can. The RS isn't waterproof, and people have figured out how to waterproof it and stuff. So yeah, you can waterproof any wheel, I think. Spartacus wasn't interested in the Commander Pro, but now I'm like the Commander what? Slap sack 69 Shermans for the win. Except I keep getting on the Sherman, wanting to love it, the Sherman S, and I keep pass. AKUC, yo, what's poppin', America? Like I represent America, or we all do. Roskelen, never mind, 80% PWM, no way I'm doing 50 miles an hour on an EC, even if Rolls Royce made it by royal appointment. 80% PWM is nothing. You are plenty safe. You got 15% to play with. That's plenty. Devo, sup. Hey, Devo. Okay. Hi, Devo. Good morning-ish. Looking crap, the Brahms here. Looking crap is good, though. Makes it more inconspicuous, especially to the police and thieves. Yes, this is a sleeper wheel. All right. So I am all caught up in chat. That makes it so I talk about the very last thing on my list. There is some kind of weird shaking going on with this wheel, which is another reason why I don't trust it completely. I don't know what it is. I think it happened to Marty. Marty, you can let me know. I think it happened to Roger. So yesterday, I'm on my ride, and for the this wheel is smooth. You get on it, you go, it's smooth. Like we kept saying, it's like strangely smooth. But yesterday, in the middle of the ride, it started doing the shaking thing. And then it got progressively, at first I was like, huh? And then there was some kind of motor grunt noises. And I was like, what is going on with that? But I kept riding it. And then it got progressively worse until it got so bad that I could feel the shaking in my pedals. It was almost like a massage chair. And so I finally was like, Roger, my wheel is shaking. I don't know what's going on. It's vibrating. And he said, turn it off and turn it back on again and see if that fixes it. And it did. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We're being invaded. Oh, baby. Hey, baby girl. Oh, she missed me. She's like, why are you in here? Okay, lay down. We are on live. Look, baby girl. Look at the camera. This is Lacey. Lacey. Oh, please, don't do that on camera. The whole world is watching. Cover yourself. All right. So what was I saying? Oh, it was vibrating. So turned it off, turned it back on, and the issue disappeared. Um, no idea what that's about. Don't like it. Stop. Another thing that makes me not trust this wheel so much. Now she's gonna bite. She's like, do not tell me to stop, Nikki. I kill you. I kill you. So yeah, I don't know what that is. Other people will have to say, but oh, so I can reproduce that problem, kinda. I don't know if it's the same issue, but one day, this is why I'm a good tester, because I do weird things that no one else would do. But one day I was pushing the wheel, I was pushing it out of my room, and as I was pushing it, I pushed a power button on. So the wheel was turning, and then it booted up, and it did this weird like that, and then the whole wheel started going like that, and it was kind of like it made me think of a bicycle when it's on this wrong sprocket. You know, when it's the chain isn't right and stuff. Something got misaligned and stuff, and it was doing that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I broke the wheel just by doing that. So what I did was as it was rolling, I pushed the power button, and then it started up and was misaligned. So there was that. I've never experienced that before. Do I do that with my other wheels? I don't know. Maybe I don't. So I don't know. But anyways, I don't want to keep doing it to test. I just now know don't do that. But yeah. So there was that. Okay, let's see. Chat again. Brahms, Spartacus, built-in massage. That explains the price. Stop. No. Tom 2. The lights on the CP reminds me of number 5 from Short Circuit. I love that movie. Stop. Seriously. I love number 5. Serious. Stinks that the CP is not seemingly up to par. Well, when you ride it, it really is. But like I said, performance-wise, this wheel is amazing, but everything else kind of sucks. If they fix all that, then yeah, it'd be an amazing wheel. Marty, shaking first happened to me, then Roger, cycled the power and it went away. I need to report this to Jason, forgot about it. The pedal massage is what I felt. Yes! The pedal massage! I just made a new turn. Oh, stop! That was right on my lips. Okay, no. You need to go. 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 Lacey, go. Oh, I feel bad, but I'm sorry. I'm getting like tongue in my mouth and stuff, and this is very unprofessional. She's sitting right outside the door staring at me with sad puppy dog eyes. She's like, no, 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 stay down. Okay, lay down, down. Okay, stay there and just be quiet until mommy's done. Wait, I was reading something. Where's my, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so unprofessional, guys. Devo, hey Marty. Devo, when people were testing the Commander Pro, was the wheel in hard mode or medium mode? When Roger was testing it, he rides it in hard mode. I ride in medium mode. AKE, but the first day or two, I rode it in hard mode, and then I realized that it was in hard mode, and then I switched to medium mode, and I've been riding it in medium mode since. AKUC, yo, so we was debating this today. What's the story with one of your cats doing 61.8 miles an hour on the Sherman S? No one is doing that on 100-volt wheel. 134 is just scratching the surface of its true potential. Whose cats was doing this? I do not know. Dogs are the best. Christian Stevens, cool content, enjoy your style and channel. Thanks for the honesty and solid info. Lacey's just took over the show. Brahms here. Bugatti gets such a bad rap. It creates a new wheel in a few months, few weeks with issues, while everyone else does it after taking 1 to 2 years. Um, yeah. Okay. So, have I gone over everything? Oh, okay. One last thing. So, for charging, um, I have, okay, Marty didn't give me the stock charger that comes with it and the extra dongle that comes with it, right? He told me to figure out my own charging situation, which is not a big deal because I have the master charger, which is 134 volt, and I have the Roger charger that can charge any wheel out there. So with the Roger charger, you're set. And Roger Charger has the dongles to charge any wheel out there. Don't look at me like that. You are distracting me when I'm trying to I'm working here. Um, so I took my Roger Charger. Hey, stop! I took my Roger Charger. I set it to 134.4 via the voltmeter. What is it called? The multimeter. Oh God, I can't think words right now. The voltmeter, right? I set it to that, and 134.4 because Marty told me that it's sensitive and he likes 134.4. So I made sure I tested with the voltmeter and it's 134.4, and I go to charge it and it wouldn't charge past 126. And I was like, this was when I first got the wheel. So I was like, wait, what's going on? It's not a 126 wheel, it's a 134. Why isn't it going to 134? And it wouldn't charge. So then I took my stock charger, my master stock charger, and I went to charge it and it worked. So then I checked with the voltmeter, and apparently my master stock charger charges at 134.3. So then I used my voltmeter and dialed down my Roger charger to 134.3. Voila. It works perfect now, except that it doesn't charge all the way to 134.4 because like with the master, I set it to 134.4 and it charges to 134.4. With this one, for some reason, you have to calibrate to 134.3 and then it charges to that. It doesn't want to take the full on charge of 134.4. So why is that? Now with a V13, it's 126 volts, but they don't want you to charge that. They because when it's the cells and you don't want to give it a full charge and all that stuff. So they limit it in the software. So when you do a full charge, it'll only go to 124 volts. Marty and I've never seen it go past 124 volts as a full charge. So is that what they did with Extreme Bolt? Setting it to 134.3 so it doesn't go up all the way? I am so afraid she's good. No, 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 don't touch the camera. Please. I she got me. Okay. So is that what they're doing? Or is it just an accident, a mistake because oh God, she's going to knock something down. Go, go, go. Or is it just a mistake, another quality control issue? I don't know. So there is that. Okay. Roscalan, Deputy Dog, Streaming Assistant, AKUC. So you lot didn't know that someone is saying that they done 61.8 miles an hour on the Sherman S. Bugatti for the win. Yes, I saw the 61.8. I didn't look into the details on that. I will withhold my thoughts on that just yet. And even if that was true, would that change my mind about the Sherman S? No, because when I get on the Commander Pro, I think about going and it goes. When I get on the Sherman S and I think about going, then I have to use my body and push it to go and push, and then it goes. Um, so that's, I don't want to, I like something that is right there, zippy with me, on the same wavelength as me, which is this, not the Sherman S. Um, but that is personal preference. That's your riding style and what you expect out of a wheel. Like I have, when I have my motorcycle, right? There's cruising ones that you get on and they just cruise. But I like race performance. So that's a personal preference thing. Um, Funny and third, are you still going to get an EX30? Yes, because I won a wheel in my last race. I got second place, so I technically won a T4. But I asked Millie if I could take the T4 and get credit for it and turn that into an EX30 instead. And she said yes. So I just have to pay the price difference between my winnings of the T4 into an EX30. So I am getting my EX30, and I'm holding out hope for that one. AKEUC says EX30 for the win. Marty, a big shout out to eWheels for providing us a CP and V13 for first testing. Yes, thank you so much, Jason. Am I doing bad because I'm talking about the bad things about the CP? I don't know. Roskaland, multimeter, thank you. 0.1 volt and 134 volt is nothing. Yes, it is nothing. But I have this thing about details, and 1 decimal place matters, and not in the general scheme of thing, but in, I don't know, in my mind, there is a distinction, and I'm just telling you what it is. My master Mola cell charges to 133.3, no big deal. Better for the cells to charge to 4.18 instead of 4.2. A surge, have you tried to wheel it upstairs? Which technique is better? When you're going upstairs, and this is a tip from Roger, lift it from the front slightly as you go up. So if you push from the back, it might go like that, going up. But if you also lift a little from the front as you go up, then it'll just boom, 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 go up very nicely. Just a little lift, and then of course you have to like coordinate it just right, and then a boom, boom, boom without any of the yeah. Marty says, talk about the annoying low battery beeps. So on my range test on video, I got to show you that the low battery beeps start at 105.5 volts. 105.5 volts, and you're not dead until 96 volts. So at 105.5 it starts the low battery beeps, but it's kind of, like beep, beep. And then as you drop down to 104, 103, it starts being more consistent, these beeps. And it's beeping the whole time. And then Marty said, check to see if you can turn off those beeps. Because I believe on the Master Pro, that's the trick. You turn the, I think there's a setting for wheel beeps, and you can change the wheel beep volume. So you just turn the wheel beep volume all the way down, and then you don't hear those wheel beeps anymore. And because it's just annoying to hear those low battery beeps from 105.5 volts all the way down to 96. So you just turn that down, no big deal. I couldn't do that with this wheel. It wasn't registering. Now maybe that's just a firmware fix as well. and then it'll work. But I tried turning down the volume on the Bugatti app and on Darkness Spot, and neither one of those affected the low battery beeps on this thing. So that was annoying. Devo's asking Marty how you feel about the Commander Pro. Going to be a great wheel to get. Marty doesn't like messing with things, and Marty appreciates quality. I believe I'm speaking for him now, but Marty can always correct me. He always does. So and Marty doesn't care about the zip, 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 speed and the acceleration and all that stuff. He doesn't care about that. So he's more focused on the really smooth, cushy suspension of the Sherman S and the better quality of the Sherman S. And so he would buy the Sherman S. To me, buying the Sherman S would be kind of boring. So I want that extra little the pizzazz. So I want this, but even I have to admit that $4,000 is a ripoff. AKUC, where's Roger? I like that guy. Get him in. I'm at home. Roger is living his life at work. He was in chat with us. He's been invaluable, giving us the actual facts of stuff. So yeah, Roger's in here. If you have a question, just like type it out. He's in here somewhere, I think. Roskiland, 3 volts per cell, 96 volts, 0%, 110 volt would be 5%-ish. Okay, so I think that's everything. Does anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up. What time is it? 12:35. An hour and a 5. Get Marty in. You think I live with Marty? Marty and Roger live far from me. I live in the Inland Empire in Norco, horse country, suburbia, and Marty probably doesn't want me telling people where he lives, but Marty lives like an hour or an hour and 20 minutes away from me. And then Roger lives, I don't know, like an hour from me or something. So what I like about Norco is that I'm about an hour and a half to all the rides. I can get to Lake Castaic is about an hour and a half drive for me. Mount Baldy is about an hour, less in low traffic times, but it's usually about average 45 minutes to get to Mount Baldy. San Diego is about an hour and a half from me. So I'm kind of like in a central spot where I can get to everything within an hour and a half, but that also means that I'm not close to any one thing. I always have to kind of drive to get out, so that kind of sucks, but Marty says, I always correct on. Roger says Marty's a great guy. Sirius, generally speaking, are the suspension wheels 100-mile wheels? Huh? No, my Master suspension, T4 is suspension. Master gets 40 to 60 miles. The T4, I don't know. The T4 is the baby Master. I don't even know how much that gets. Oh, that have 3,600 watt hours. I should continue reading. Wait, what are you saying? If it's a 3,600 watt hour wheel, would it be a 100-mile wheel? I have only gotten 100 miles when I go slow and it's a certain mountain road where when I say we, I mean Marty has calculated out the regen as well. On flat ground, 60 miles is safe to say, I think. Marty would know more because he's been doing range things forever and he understands all that. Marty, Marty says, I would most likely buy the Sherman S, holding for the EX30 though. Okay, so right now, I know Liam, Marty, me, we are all, I think Roger too. I think we're holding out for the EX30. Like, the Sherman S is a great wheel, and it definitely has its following, and rightfully so. This is a great wheel, but honestly, they need to fix stuff. But once they have to fix it, once they fix it, this is a great wheel. And if they fix it, and to where I feel like I'm not getting ripped off paying $4,000 for it, I would buy this wheel um, if there's no other choice. But I am looking for a better option. Um, let's see. Devo says morning shows with Dawn should be called Dusk Till Dawn. AKEUC, 2 weeks for my EX30, never leaving Bagode unless they set fire to my house. Oh, don't say that. Bad juju. Throw salt and knock on wood. Oh, jeez. Don't say stuff like that. Roger, Devo, come do a Marty Mountain ride with us. Roskaland, if you ever got 60 miles out of a master, I'll eat my hat. Well, then eat your hat, Roskaland. I have gotten 65 miles out of my master. I can get really good range out of my wheels, surprisingly so. And 65 miles was on a San Diego ride with Flyboy Adam in San Diego leading the ride. I had very minimal zoomies. He kept us at like 25 miles an hour. And it was really, really, really hard for me to stay good, but I was good, and I got like a good 60, 65 miles out of my master doing that. And the only reason why I did that was because I was so curious if I could do that. And the answer is technically I can, but it hurts my soul to stay so slow for so long. But I can if someone says it's a group ride, we're taking it easy and all that stuff, and it's 60 miles, I'm pretty comfortable doing that on my master. On, but if it's any kind of zoomies or anything like that, or if I don't want to be a pain in the butt and I don't want to take any chances, then a 60-mile ride, I'll take my Sherman Max. But if I do have room for a little wiggle room and stuff like that, my master can do 60 miles. But that is where I would say that it's also because I'm a little bit lighter than some guys. Um, Serious, can you get 100 miles out of a 3600 watt wheel? Yes. Got it. Yes, I answered that. Rosklin says I get 60 miles from my master. Devo, okay, they're talking. Devo and Roger are planning rides. The Bronze Seer EX30 suspension feels like T4s according to Go George Go. I loved the feel of the T4 suspension. So smooth and innate and nice. I like the T4. It's just that I don't see anywhere where I would personally use it. I'm not that big of a dirt person, and I have a lot of other wheels that can do stuff. So, but yeah, if that suspension feels like a T4, then that would be awesome. Serious, not trying to bomb the chat, but Go George did a mini preview of the EX30. Let's see. Roger's talking with Devo. EUC vibes. Sherman S versus the V13. Sherman S versus the V13. I don't think that you can compare. They are such different wheels. The V13, I keep saying it's a sport touring wheel, a sport tourer. So it is perfect for the group rides and your long distance touring and stuff like that. But it still has a lot of performance. It can still be capable on the trails, but it's not going to be the best on the trails. It failed a lot of Roger's extreme hill climb tests and stuff like that. So versus the Sherman S will be better on the trails. It's smaller, it's lighter. Is it lighter? I don't know. I think at least it felt to me when I was riding the V13 and then I hopped on the Sherman S. The Sherman S felt so much smaller, so much lighter, so much more nimble and quick and all that. And the V13, I can be quite I can maneuver it fine, but I wouldn't call that a nimble and quick wheel. And Sherman S is nimble and quick. um, Funny and third. Me too. I'm getting EX32. Um, what's the excitement with the EX30? um, Stan, Dawn, are you an actress? What? How do I seem like an act? I can't act worth shit. Like, I'm one of those people that someone says something to me, I have to bite my tongue to not answer if the words coming out of my mouth is not going to be pleasant. At the very least, I can bite my tongue. But the look on my face, you can tell exactly what I was thinking, even though I managed to stop my mouth. The look on my face will tell you exactly. So, Marty, all 3600 watt hour wheels can do 100 miles, but at under 20 miles an hour with rider weight of about 200 pounds. Flat ground, longer in the mountains. That's the problem. I will never in my life be able to stay under 20 miles an hour because you're taught to do 100 miles and staying under 20 miles an hour. That's like a zillion hours on the wheel for under 20 miles an hour. How painful is that? Who can do that? That's like impossible. Devo, I saw that the T4 and EX30 have the same suspension, which is good. Yes, I agree. That is good. Okay. AKEUC and Stan are talking to each other. Okay. AKEUC says, your guys, Stan, don't know the EX30 specs, C40 with master Gen 3 board, 3600 watt hour, 50 gigs. Melody! Hi, Melody. Hi, Dawn. Where did the puppy go? She went, I don't know, she went back to bed. I'm probably too loud for her, and I won't let her lick me all over, so she's mad at me now. Devo, I always think that Emotion over-engineer their wheels. Yeah, but is that a bad thing? Especially when we have on the opposite of the spectrum these people that are way under engineering their wheels. It would be good to have something in the middle. Yeah. Serious Marty, right on and thank you. I enjoy long range rides. ADHD and 3D, what realistic lower price should Emotion put on the V13 that would really put a hurt on the sale of new Bugatti wheels? Melody says 3,500. I agree. Humble Schizo. Humble Schizo. That's a funny name. Morning, Don. Still morning here anyway. Hawaii! I lived in Hawaii for a year on the main island. It was amazing, awesome. One of the best years of my life. Loved it. Aloha to you. ADHD and Bago really needs a wake-up call. Yes, they do. Although this is Extreme Bowl. Easy Vibes. How come we can't send super chats in the live? What the is a super chat? I am a noob. I don't know. Did I not push a button? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Did I do this thing wrong the whole time? Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I miss any comments? Okay, so I have been reading just about every single comment on here, but now I just realized that I didn't have my thingy on live chat. I had it on top chat. So I don't know. Did I mess up? I'm sorry. Let me know if I messed up. If I skipped any chats, let me know. Type it again real quick because I want to go soon. Melody, Marty can do 100 miles at 2 p.m. at 20 miles an hour. Yeah, that is hard. That takes skill, and I don't have that. Surge, hope I haven't missed it. You talked about how's the Commander on trails? Is it a good wheel for trail riding? It is a good wheel for trail riding. Watch Roger and Marty. They had a video out with the V13 and the Commander Pro on Fullerton Loop, and um, I think pretty much everything that he tested with the V13, he tested with the Commander Pro. Roger said that the Commander Pro like did everything that Roger asked of it, extreme stuff on the trail. The Commander Pro delivered great, and it just feels like a little bit heavier Master. And he still can be better on the Master than he is on the, but it just because the Master is this but lighter, and so yeah, but this could totally do it. And so if you wanted a 3600 watt hour trail wheel, slap a knobby on it, and yeah, it'll should do great as a, it's nimble, and even though it's 95 pounds, it feels light, and it's balanced and stable, and it has so much torque and power that it's like it does great on the trails. And Josh Morgan said that he would buy this to be his trail wheel. So then he would have the Master Pro as his street and long range and all that, and then he would have this as his trail wheel. So it has good thumbs up for trail stuff. AKUC, Marty, you need to speed up, bro. No, he doesn't. Marty has, so we all have our niches, right? Marty has his thing that he excels in, and I have whatever I do, and Roger has his things that he excels in, and we don't all need to be the same. I like it when everybody has their thing and we celebrate each other's uniqueness and stuff. And that is how I feel about the wheels. I don't want to have to say what is the one wheel that rules them all. What is the one best wheel? No, I want to find out what makes each wheel unique and celebrate what makes each wheel unique. And because there are going to be people that gravitate towards those different ones. And that's what makes it wonderful. If all the wheels were the same, that'd be horrible. Same like if everyone was the same, that'd be horrible. We like our differences. Humbo Schizo, nice, I live in Maui. Aloha again. Devo, a super chat's like a regular chat, but you have to wear a cape in chat. I don't own a cape. That's Marty's thing. So, Melody, super chat's where you get money. What? I can get money doing this? How do I get money? What? All right, so somebody's gonna have to tell me how I get money off this. That's crazy. Let's see. Super chats are for veterans. Oh, super chats probably for the expert pro people. Yeah, I'm not an expert pro. Roscaline, that Fullerton loop was well rutted and didn't seem to phase anyone. Yeah. Jesse Drawd, hi Don, what was the final range on the last video from the Commander Pro? Great work. Final range was 70 miles, but you can't count the last 5 miles because that was over voltage. So I would say official final range easily 60 miles, and I was holding 30, 40 miles an hour the whole time as much as I could. I did the zoomies. I hit 80% PWM a lot. So it was like a high-speed range test. Which Melody, I posted my stats of my range test on the Telegram with Melody, and Melody goes, wait, I thought this was a range test? And I'm like, yeah, it's my range test. So yeah, so I'd say easily 60, 65 miles, and but officially it was 70 miles, but that included the overdrop, which is no good. You don't want to do that. Bushmaster, they saying I don't ride. What? I don't know. Do you? Roscalan, Americans are the same. Barking. What does that mean? Are you talking about my dog? Lacey didn't bark. Road trip, over specialize and you breed in weakness. Ghost in the shell. Okay, you guys, what am I missing? I don't understand anymore. AKUC, Bushmaster, you left EUC for the Brompton bikes. ADHD, in your opinion, Don, what new price should Emotion charge for the V13 that would really... Didn't I just see that? Oh, no, it's different. That would really motivate Bigot to improve their quality control on their wheels. V13 seems to be such a quality wheel. I don't know. I'm not good at figuring out prices and stuff. But Melody said 3,500, right? That sounds good to me. Yeah, I think 3,500 is a good price for a good wheel. I don't know. 4,000, you have to really, that wheel has to have everything for me to comfortably spend 4,000 on it. At least that's how I feel right now. Marty, I ride faster than 20 miles an hour, but I can ride slower to achieve super long mountain rides. Don is rubbing off a little on me. Marty is going faster, you guys. He is. He really, really is. And the difference is that he is able to go and do 20 miles an hour for long distance, whereas me, impossible. That capability does not exist in any cell of my body. So that's a little sad for me. Like, it would be nice if I had, like, Marty can go, you know, he has this, or he can go this. Me, I'm just this, you know, so all right, let me see. Uh-oh. I missed. Okay, here we go. Tom Yu, Donneries, mother of EUCs. Are you calling me old? Am I motherly? I don't know. That doesn't sound that what's that? Complimentary. AKUC. Okay, get back on track. The CP is actually better than the Sherman S. Excellent stuff. No, I can't say that. It is better performance-wise. It gives that oomph and if you crave that raw power, CP is going to deliver over the Sherman S. But the Sherman S has all these other things, and it's not, Sherman S is not a slouchy wheel. Like I said, I bet you I could get a Sherman S, set it up for me, and still zoom everywhere just fine. It's just that I can zoom without even trying on this one. And people that are not zoomers will get on this wheel and be able to zoom like everywhere, because this wheel zooms on its own, which is kind of like a little creepy. Bushmaster, AKUC is slower than Marty. Roscalan, barking is mad. See Broadway Bomb for details. I've heard of Broadway Bomb. Okay. AKUC, good stuff, Marty. We need you to find a hardcore overheat hill now that these wheels aren't overheating. Road trip, I was talking about everyone in your group has own strength rather than everyone excels at same thing. E. Simon, barking mad equals crazy. Stan, is Marty faster than Duff? He is! At least when Duff came over here, from Florida, and I guess Florida is just flat, and we took him to the mountain rides, and Duff was having a hard time with the incline and the decline and all that stuff, and I don't know, Duff was having a hard time, and I don't think Marty was making it easy for him either, but I don't know what the history is between those guys. I was wondering if Marty was trying to kill Duff, so Adam, you're here. Hi, Adam. EX30 for the win. I like the EX30 suspension architecture better too. Yes, I do like that Pagode type suspension better. Bushmaster, do you ride the hills of San Francisco? I have never ridden the hills of San Francisco on a unicycle. I've only been to San Francisco once on my motorcycle, and I remember the hills of San Francisco scared me because at that time I was afraid of heights, and those hills were very scary and very intimidating. Um, I would be very interested to go to San Diego and ride that on the unicycle now. AKUC, oh wow, is Duff still alive? Where is he going? No more Duddy Donuts getting coffee time. I've seen him in his live chats. He's still putting out videos, so he is still live. I don't know if he's ever coming back here again though. I think we wore him out thoroughly. Roscoeland, Duff is used to the flat, but I don't think he normally goes that far. My longest ride is about 35 miles. My longest ride was 140 miles in one day, and back in the beginning when I didn't even know how to ride yet. So now I can probably do that and do more, but I still get tired. All right, so how long have I been talking now? Oh, how much battery? Oh my gosh, I don't even see my battery life on my phone. But when did I start? 11? Road trip. Dawn said she was going to wrap it up half an hour ago. So the last time I did this live chat, someone said that I had to have been like the longest goodbye ever. Because I can't say goodbye. And yeah, I guess I'm doing it again. No, I'm wrapping it up. Well, you guys keep talking, so I'm reading the chat and talking. But all right, so we know conclusion. They have a lot to fix on this thing. Way overpriced at $4,000. But if money is not an issue and you want pure raw performance and you're good at wrenching and diddling and fiddling with stuff and you don't care about how it looks and all that, this wheel is it. There is no other wheel right now that, oh God, can I make this claim? No, I can't make this claim. No, I can. Okay, there is no other wheel, 3,600 watt hour wheel, long range, that is riding like how this rides. This is, so the reason why I have two masters here, a street master and a dirt master, is because I love the way the master feels right there under me the whole time. I'm leaning, I'm throwing around, blah, 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 blah. It's like, so I get that with the Commander Pro, and I also get long range. That means that on group rides, I don't have to worry about which wheel I'm picking. You know, it's like, okay, well, the master is really nimble, really fun to ride, and really super fast, but it's not, you know, am I going to have range anxiety? Am I going to be able to make it? Do I have to bring a charger? All that stuff. With the Commander Pro, I don't have to worry. I get all the fun. I get all the acceleration, all the speed, all the zoomies, and no range anxiety. I don't have to worry about I have to bring a charger. That's what this wheel gives me. That's why I would buy it, because of all that. Sherman S is excellent. It's great. Everything that I've heard and seen about it. It's just that I haven't actually put any real miles on it, so I can't say. But I am not dogging on the Sherman S. I think the Sherman S, everything that I've seen, the Sherman S is also great. It's just that when I rode it, it felt sluggish compared to this. I would be in, okay, here's the thing. There is a Sherman S video, and the people are speaking in Russian, is it? And it's just subtitles in English on the bottom. And every single, maybe not every single one, but a lot of the people will say it needs more torque or it needs more speed, right? And I think what they mean is that feel when you go to lean and it doesn't quite, it's not quite there for you yet, or you got to push a little harder to get it to go. I think that is a feeling that they're saying as well, is the impression that I'm getting. Versus this one, every person that rides this one will tell you, I don't even have to lean and it goes. It feels like it wants to go fast. You know, that's the reoccurring theme with this one, and that's the biggest difference between this and the Sherman S. And then the build quality. The crap and Sherman S has good quality. Let's see. AKEUC says, Marty, what's your go-to wheel? You're the Jay Leno of EC now. Stan says, Don's the best. Thank you, Stan. Anna Baranova. Hi there. Hi, Anna. Marty says, Roscollin, 35 miles is a warm-up ride for us here in California. Yeah, I'm not even going to get out of bed for 35 miles. Come on. Anna says, just at the end, I'll have to watch all from the beginning. Melody says, Marty's going faster since suspension on his suspension wheels. Melody says, Duff just got a Sherman S. He wants the best ride suspension. Roscollin says, Marty, if I come ride in California, I will have that very much in mind. I need to up my game. AKUC, Melody, do a duet with Dawn. Girls of EUC. Devo, Commander Pro all day. I think that's my next wheel. I'm under 150 geared up, and it'll fit me better than the EX30. Surge, have you weighed the Commander? How much exactly does it weigh? I didn't weigh it, but they say 95 pounds, and I have no reason to doubt it. Modi picked it up and said it weighed about, he felt like it weighed about the same as his Sherman. The weight is not an issue at all. You pick this one up and it doesn't feel like a big heavy wheel, you know, not like the Master Pro and the V13. They feel like hefty, you know. This is not like that. This feels like a regular old wheel. Roscollin says long rides in the USA make sense. Go too far where I live, go too far where I live and you're going to get your feet wet. I have the C on 3 sides. All right. Cameron Massey, super stoked for my EX30. I'll do the normal 1,000 mile review of it. Can't wait. I'm excited for the EX30 too. Heard some rumors about some bad things about it or something. I'm hoping that they get it addressed before it comes out, because there are a lot of us waiting for that EX30 and holding out hope. Spartacus, keep talking, everyone, then the stream won't end. No, I gotta go. I've been talking for 2 hours. No, 11. I've been talking for 2 hours straight. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope that was helpful. Hope you got something good out of it. I hope it wasn't too bad. I don't know. What do I say? How do I say goodbye? Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. So thankful for your support and everything. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. But now everyone's talking. Well, everyone's saying goodbye. Okay, wait. I have to wait. Okay, you guys can pop off whenever you want. I just want to see all the goodbyes. Thank you, Spartacus. Thank you, Road Trip. E. Simon. Anna. Devo. AKUC. Cameron Massey. Thank you, Devo. Chris, Tarina, you're still here. Stealth E-Rider. Thank you. That's the first time I saw your name in this chat. I mean, today, right now. Bye, Anna. I'm so bad. I feel like if I leave without saying goodbye to everybody, then I'm being rude. Groove Man. Thank you, Groove Man. Thank you, Serge. Spartacus, favorite wheel and why? If I could afford it right now, the Commander Pro, because of exactly what I just said. It rides like my Master. It can do street. It can do dirt. And it has the long range. So I no longer have range anxiety. I have said before, I love my Master. That's why I have 2 of them. And the only thing that would make it better is if it had more range. And now the Commander Pro is like the Master with more range. But it has shit quality and all that, and I can't overlook that. So my perfect wheel would be still a long-range master with good quality and all that, and have the range too. AKUC, Bushmaster left, easy for bikes. He ain't one of us. Bye, Bushmaster. Bye, Jesse, Drod. Bushmaster says AKUC is not one of us. Oh my gosh, you guys, stop fighting. Devo, Spartacus wants the show to keep going. I was just kidding, Don. Road Trip says, haha. All right, bye, guys. Thank you, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.